practitioner and do this each week. I will be off next week. I'm in a training, but just so grateful for the opportunity to meet you here, whether you're healing from religious trauma or just seeking guidance on your journey. I'm here to support. I really resonate with the spirituality of IFS. Not that you have to be spiritual, but yeah, just grateful that we're here together. Feel free to ask questions if you're joining live, and if you're watching a recording, go ahead and ask me questions in the chat, and I'll bring them back the next time that we gather here and address them then. If you find this helpful, please share, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. And hit that like button. And if you're new to IFS, you can visit my website, faithfullygrowing.com, to learn more. While you're there, I encourage you to sign up for my free IFS guided meditations if you haven't already. They're 25, as well as check out the Faithfully Growing community. It's a $9 membership that gives you a weekly drop-in via Zoom, where you can ask me questions live. That's held on Thursdays. Or if you prefer, you can just become a member of this channel. It's $9 a month, and it's the same thing. So if it's easier to click become a member, you can join that community that way too. So today I'm going to talk just a bit about practicing forgiveness within, and then obviously we're going to use an IFS lens with that. And so before I do that, just want to share a personal story. I mean, there are times I have young kids, actually they're becoming teenagers, which allow for more triggers sometimes. And sometimes I'll snap. Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, getting out of the house in the morning can be stressful. And sometimes I'll snap at one of the kids, maybe one of my daughters, on a stressful morning, and the aftermath of that can induce shame in me as well as her, and self-criticism in myself, and tenderness. And inner work and parts work has led me to recognizing, and sometimes it is snapping, apart leading, and then coming back and doing a repair and reflection on myself, but recognizing, yeah, young parts of myself needing compassion and forgiveness. And forgiveness isn't forced, or it isn't bypassed. It's invited through presence in ourselves and with others, and curiosity. And parts, and I'm turning it internal now, they may hold grudges, shame, bitterness that are triggered in these moments with our kids, for example, as a form of protection. Managers, those proactive parts, and firefighters, those reactive parts, may be protecting a vulnerable inner child or exile part underneath. Often they are. And forgiveness emerges naturally when parts feel heard, seen, and understood. And so, which parts of you and me may be holding on to grudges, or shame, or resentment? Are there parts that haven't forgiven? And who am I to tell you or any of your parts to forgive? But just let those parts know that may struggle with this concept, that you see them, and we'll spend some time in our meditation practices today. And maybe ask, what would it look like to practice forgiveness, not by forcing it, but by being present. So let's take a moment and just check in for a bit. Just begin to settle into a comfortable position. If it feels right, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Let yourself arrive fully into this moment. Feel the surface beneath your seat, your feet on the floor. Just let yourself be held for a bit. And turn your attention inward and just begin to notice those parts of you that may hold pain, shame, or resentment. Rather than pushing them to forgive, see if you can get just a little curious. Listen and create some space. And we're not going deep here. It's going to be 10 minutes or less. But during this time, set an intention to be present with whatever parts of you are here. No fixing, no forcing, just being. Just notice if any parts of you come forward when you hear the word forgiveness. Just be with what comes. You may have thinking parts that may want to process or think, and just see if they could soften back. And see, is there a part holding on to something? A memory, a sense of hurt, a fear? And just notice for a bit. There's no need to change anything. Let these parts know you're here to listen. Just gently turn your attention toward this part or group of parts that you're noticing. Where do you sense them in or around your body? Is there a shape, a color, a sensation? And as you notice it, just see if you could extend just a drop of curiosity or compassion. There may be parts reacting to this part or group of parts. And if you're noticing some resistance, it's normal. See if those parts could give a little space, knowing they could have some attention to at another time. And then from the place of just a bit of compassion, only takes a drop sometimes, often. Let this part or group of parts that carry and react to the idea of forgiveness, let them know that you see them, or that you see it if it's one part. You don't need it to go away. It belongs. If it feels right, you may say, I see you. I'm here with you. I want to understand. And listening compassionately can go a long way. You might ask, what are you protecting me from? Are you holding on to anger or guilt? Or a belief that someone or even you, that you, maybe this part gets this from you because there's trust with us, distrust at who we are. Maybe the parts believe they don't deserve forgiveness. And just listen. No need to solve. Let the part express itself however it needs to. And take a moment to offer some care to this part. If it feels safe and right, you might say, "You've carried a lot. Thank you for trying to protect me." You might even offer, "What would it feel like to not have to hold this alone anymore?" Just take a bit and be with this part and notice. Let it know you're not asking it to let go, but simply inviting it to rest a little bit, even for a moment. Notice how your system feels right now. Are there any shifts, big or small? See if there's anything else that this part needs before we wrap up. Offer gratitude to the part you connected with today or group of parts, and let it know you'll return again. This doesn't have to be the last time. And expand your awareness outward to those parts that may have witnessed this or may have stepped back and wanted to jump in. Thank them for their courage and willingness to do that. And then when you're ready, bring your attention back to your body, to the space you're in. Just feel your breath moving in and out. You can gently bring movement to your body and open your eyes if they were closed. And take one more breath. And know that this practice of forgiveness starts from within. And it's hard for all of us. Give yourself grace. But it's a gift that you can return to this practice if you have parts that struggle anytime. But thank you for your courage in meeting me here today. And I neglected to mention, if you have questions, you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. But I'll hang around for a bit if you have questions or comments. Would love to engage with you a little bit here. Always grateful for donations. I think you can click the thanks button there if you have the capacity. If not, keep showing up. So glad you're here. Do have a nonprofit aspect of my coaching practice too. If a tax deduction is something that would be helpful for you, you can always go to faithfullygrowing.com/donate too. Yeah, do you have questions or comments before I sign off? Thanks for that thumbs up, and yeah, good to see you, Lynn. And yeah, I will. So I won't be here next week. I have a training that I'm assisting in. So grateful to continue to learn. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, and or reach out via email. if you have questions, and put questions here, even if you're watching a recording. Yeah, self-forgiveness is hard. Yeah, and we're in this together. Thanks and yeah, reach out if you need to, Lynn, for sure. And yeah, so grateful that we're on this journey together. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for now, but plan to be back in a couple weeks. And yeah, take care of yourself.